Hi guys. So recently my team was asking me how can we design better thumbnails. Now the first answer that I had was there is no mechanism as such. There's no specific guidelines that you can use to create better thumbnails. Of course there are principles that you can keep in mind, but there is no process that you can follow every time to create a good thumbnail. In fact, the idea is quite on the contrary. The fact that you create every thumbnail is same might not give you as many good views if you're trying to create a lot of different variety of content. Of course, now if you're creating the same type of content with a slight different variation, you might want to highlight that variation very evidently in your thumbnails as well. So in this video, I'm going to do this. I'm going to break it down into 3 major segments. The first segment is where I explain to you my process of going through or creating a thumbnail. There is 2 or 3 steps that I keep in mind when I'm designing any thumbnail. That's one. Number 2, we will go through a couple of small series of thumbnails for the existing YouTube channels. Now these channels, they're already doing well, and probably that is the reason why they do not focus a lot on their thumbnails. But nonetheless, we will take the best practices from their aspect. And then number 3, we will design our own thumbnail. Actually, we will design 2 thumbnails in this one. I will keep all of the files available in the resources folder and that you can find in the description below. But before that, the main thing that I would want you to understand when you're designing or when you're planning to design any good thumbnail is to keep in mind the simple idea of graphic design principles. Now, here's the video that I want you to go through if you haven't already, which tells you what the things to keep in mind when you're designing any graphic. This is going to be really helpful if you're planning on any graphic design. Okay, so let's get started. The first one is where we talk about the specific ideas when you're keeping a thumbnail design in mind. Now that you've understood the basic ideas, let's go through the thumbnails of a couple of existing channels and see why they perform well. Now that you've seen a lot of thumbnails, let's try to design one of our own. In fact, we will design 2 thumbnails. I've used a lot of resources from the internet for this, and you can do the same. I've stuck all of the resources that I've used in the description below. You can find it there. Well, that's how I designed the thumbnail. Of course, this was just a sample. You don't have to replicate the same thing, but you understand the principle behind it. If you were able to understand all of this, I hope you will be able to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so that you can follow with more content that we're going to provide. Till then, thank you and bye-bye.